Reverend clergy, Mayor Boughton, Veterans Organization, state and city dignitaries, and distinguished people of Danbury. Americans' veterans are some of the best known, least recognized, and most misunderstood protagonists in the historical drama of the 20th century. They have played a leading role in nearly every struggle for democracy all over our world. They have risked their lives to defend the ideals of free government, and their blood has provided the world with an antidote for the plague of communism and terrorism. They have done all of these things, yet only generals, admirals, and Medal of Honor recipients are given the appreciation which is their due. The backbone of the armed forces, sergeants, seamen, airmen, and corporals, seem to be forgotten. The enlisted ranks of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard are as unfamiliar as a batting order of a small town college baseball team. Veterans in the wars they are sent to fight are very often misunderstood. It is wrong to judge the contributions of veterans by the rank on their collars, but many people do. It is also wrong to judge veterans by the popularity of the war they fought in, but many people do that too. Unfortunately, the meaning of Veterans Day is a fragile thing. After World War I and World War II, our fighting men and women were heroes, victorious champions in a life and death battle against evil dictators and their armies. After the Korean War, some thought our warriors were invisible men and women, forgotten fighters who played a bit part in the United Nations orchestrated show of force. And after Vietnam, they were in some quarters baby killers and fools. In other quarters, they and their problems were merely forgotten. Veterans of Lebanon, Grenada, and Panama are rarely mentioned or appreciated. In Operation Storm, our brave men and women overwhelmed Saddam Hussein's military forces. Kuwait was liberated, and Iraq's armed forces were humiliated. Quick and popular, Desert Storm produced veterans who were welcomed back to the home front. Parades and television shows hailed the return of our victorious armies. Veterans, it seemed, were heroes again. But I have seen many wars in my lifetime, and parades can't last forever. Sometimes, however, wars do, such as Iraq and Afghanistan. For the many veterans, the end of the war is the beginning of new battles. The challenge of living with serious injury, the difficult path toward a service-connected disability rating, and the prospect of entering job markets in which veterans are rarely rewarded for their military service. In our nation's VA hospitals, veterans from all of our wars are still fighting their own battle of survival. For them, the war will never be over. For World War I veterans, missing limbs and poison gas left a legacy of pain. For World War II veterans, radiation exposure through atomic experience caused illness and slow, lingering death from cancer. For Korean veterans, the lasting effects of Korea's bitter cold has taken limbs through frostbite. For Vietnam veterans, Agent Orange has given them many types of cancer and caused birth defects in their children. And today, some Desert Storm veterans are suffering from bleeding gums, aching joints, and fatigue, probably from exposure to lead fuels and burning oil fires. They may have one of these fatal diseases that takes up to 20 years to fully surface. Most people will move on with their lives, celebrate a holiday, and forget, if they can, veterans and the wars they fought in. It will happen. It always does. But there will be those who remember, families who have sent a loved one to war nurses who saw the cost of war up close, and children who grew up without a father or mother because they went off to fight for their country and made the ultimate sacrifice. On Veterans Day, we pay tribute to all those who have served, those who have died, and those who came home to partake in the freedom that they and their comrades fought to preserve. America was established not to create wealth, but to realize a vision, to realize an ideal, to discover and maintain liberty among people. Democracy is based on the conviction that there are extraordinary possibilities in everyday people. Enjoy your day off today, but before you do, please say a prayer for those who made the ultimate sacrifice and for those serving our country. We must remember so the world will not forget. God bless America. God bless our servicemen and women and veterans. And God bless all of you. Thank you.